Okay, friends, so I am in my palatial house with air conditioning and a washing machine and everything, and all for 20 euros a night. I am in strung out shape. I am shattered. I am filthy. I've had the most stressful evening in a very long time, very, very long time, but I left Biso 65 hours ago. I slept on a slab. I slept in a car, probably 10 hours total. Traveled all around Guinea. We essentially did like this very long rhombus. We arrived here at 2 p.m, 3 p.m. we got to town. We were in traffic jams for 3 hours. I then had the bright idea of going to the airport to get Wi-Fi, a drink and all the rest, an ATM. That worked. Then just to get back in here, it is now 9:15. I'll fill you in a little more. But as of right now, this will be the most satisfying shot of bad whiskey I've had in a very long time. Because I'm about to get in the shower and feel human again. Love you guys. Hello again, friends. So, I have scrubbed myself to within an inch of my life. I am clean as fuck, wearing clean clothes, and the clothes I've been wearing for 3 days straight are in the washer. But what we have here, this accommodation is a fucking unicorn. I'm not even kidding. This I found on booking.com, and the nice lady who runs it, it was her first entry on booking.com, and we liaised actually quite extensively in French, thank you very much. She is resident in Belgium, but this is her place. The nice lady, I have this for 20 euros a night. I swear blind. This is an Airbnb, and for this area of the world, it's a particularly high-end Airbnb. I honestly think the nice lady must have missed a zero. I'm about to show you around. I'm not going to show you the outside because I have a guard outside who has a little office and he stays there all night. I'm just going to show you the inside. There is an outside sitting nook, like a little gazebo with like an octagonal gazebo with you know, seating. I'm just going to show you what I'm standing in. It's a fucking unicorn. So here we have the salon, the large, somewhat kitsch but still very nice living room. I'm going to plug my hard drive into that TV and watch some Marvel movies. Look at this. We have entire dinner services. We have terrifying vases. Dining room. Kitchen. You know, that's the tumble dryer. My door isn't closed, and I'll attend to that presently. Gas hob, oven, and all the rest. Then we go through to the bedroom area. Additional freezers and stuff. This is not my bedroom. This is the second bedroom with a double bed and bunk beds and large cupboards. Then we have the master suite. You'll forgive Abby being spread out on the bed. Yeah. It's such a comfy bed, you guys. Oh my God, memory foam. And then we have the shower room. Rain for a shower. And the rest. And there we go. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm staying here for 6 days. I'm not going to want to leave. Morning, friends. So I'm a little hacked because the promised attendance by Malik, who is the fixer, who is the responsible person in country, has not turned up to get me Wi-Fi. This is a problem because I should be working right now online. It's 9:15 in the morning, which means in Czech Republic it's 11:15, and I should be teaching. There's that. But that is the aforementioned exterior sitting nook. Very cool. I don't know whose Mercedes that is, but it's pretty. All right. Okay, mission accomplished. But honestly, taking my life in my hands. I imagine everyone around here has just grown up on the backs of motorbikes and are just so nonchalant about it. But I just took 3 different moto taxis to get to an ATM, which was surprisingly far. Take out, wait for it, 1.5 million Guinean francs. 10,000 Guinean francs is €1 to pay for my accommodation for the week. Got a decent amount of shopping, but it's absolutely terrifying here. And like I say, the pollution is something else, because some of the vehicles should have been condemned 150 years ago. So I'm going to get home and have a shower. Anyway. Oh yeah, one funny thing. So I got my money and the ride back was terrifying. We went down this side street that looked like a nightmare hell in rainy season. It was just all puddles. Amazing. Anyway, got to the local market at the top before I got another share taxi to come back down to do some shopping. And I'm a novelty here, of course, just walking around. I have 10 sets of eyes on me right now. But in the local market, that local market, I am just this, I stick out. And I was negotiating with the lady for onions, potatoes, that kind of stuff. And this old lady came up with her friend, and she was like, in heavily accented French, was like, "Do you want to buy me some potatoes?" Like this. Either because she was really hungry or it was a mild proposition. But I was feigning ignorance, going, "Oh, je ne comprends pas, madame. Je suis anglais." And she and her friend were like, so much fun. Anyway. Evening, friends. So I've made an executive decision because I had 2 choices on how to get from here to Freetown in Sierra Leone on Friday. One was, there is a bus from Freetown to Conakry, like an actual bus, but there are only share taxis from here down. That would probably have cost me 50 euros equivalent, something like that, and would take between 8 and 10 hours, which is nothing compared to my last weekend, you understand. But there's also a ferry service, direct, 3 hours, maybe 4. I haven't been on a boat in a while. It is $100, so essentially twice the price for half the time. I honestly think that my trip into Liberia to Monrovia from Freetown will be 2 days. And same deal with getting from Liberia to the Ivory Coast. at least 2 days. So we're talking about quite decent sized missions. So I think I'm going to spring the $100 and give myself a relatively easy time of it this weekend. I've got 2 weeks in Sierra Leone. I found a very cheap traveller hostel with bunks, which I haven't experienced in a while, for 60 euros per week. So I'm staying there for 2 weeks to essentially bring my average accommodation costs down for the entire month, which will be nice. I've heard good things about Freetown. Anyway, the point being is because I'm springing $100 for the ferry on Friday, that wipes out my luxuries budget. I was going to buy myself a bottle of whiskey. They sell them in every gas station, and as I've previously mentioned, there are gas stations absolutely everywhere here. That is now gone because that will be $30. Don't buy that. So I've got myself a couple of beers, and I've just been to the local market where I was a hit. And bought myself 4 skewers of freshly grilled chicken, some bread, some chili peppers, some onions, some fruit. I'm going to make myself a smoothie because there is a blender in the house. And yeah, for a very small amount of money. So I am on the cheapest possible option for the next few days to offset my $100 price tag for my quite nice journey to Freetown. Yeah. Good afternoon, friends. A sweltering day in Conakry. I'm having a beer, immediately then heading to the port. I'm on the 6th floor of a hotel, just having a cold beer with my friend Renee. Say hi, Renee.
Hello.
And yeah, then headed straight to the port. It's 2:20. I need to be there for 3. The ferry leaves at 4, and I should arrive in Freetown in Sierra Leone at about 8 o'clock. Good times. Busy, busy, busy city this. Right, so at the dock, stamped out of Guinea. It's fun being nice, people. I made friends with the customs guy about 20 minutes before, got stamped out, and everyone else's bags got checked. He waved me through and gave me a hug. Anyway, so farewell to Guinea, and in 5 short hours I'll be in Sierra Leone. It's been a mission, but in a very good way. Anyway, as always, if you like what I do and how I'm doing it, please do like and subscribe. And one final coda, if you'll indulge me. It occurs to me that getting buffeted lightly by the breeze, because I spent the last 3 hours soaking, absolutely soaking in sweat, because carrying Abby around in the centre of town. But standing right here, right now, being buffeted by the breeze and being dried out incrementally, having been stamped out of Guinea, got my ticket, about to get on the boat, 4 hours of a ferry ahead of me, and then 2 weeks in Freetown. There are times, thankfully fairly regular times, whether it's an easy day or a fucking nightmare of a day, that I absolutely love my life. So there's that. Hope you're all right.